Have you ever wondered if the most powerful victories are the ones where no sword is ever drawn? Or that the greatest strength may not come from roaring armies, but from the quiet, invisible force of wisdom at work behind the scenes? And what if the truest mastery over life lies not in winning loud battles, but in leaving behind no scars at all, just silent triumph? More than 2,000 years ago, in an era drenched in chaos, ambition, and endless warfare, one extraordinary man uncovered this timeless secret. His name was Sun Tzu, a strategist, a philosopher, and above all, a profound observer of human nature. Today, we step into his world, not just to admire the genius of a distant past, but to discover how his ancient wisdom can guide us through the noise and turbulence of our modern lives. Part 1. Breaking a great nation without a battle. The fall of Chu. Picture this: a kingdom so vast, so mighty, that its mere name sends chills down the spines of neighboring states. A fortress of towering walls, seasoned warriors, and boundless riches. Now imagine that same mighty kingdom crumbling, not under the clash of swords, but under the soft, steady decay of its own soul. This is the story of Chu and the silent, cunning influence of Sun Tzu. When King Helu of Wu sought Sun Tzu's advice, he envisioned grand battle plans, armies clashing, siege towers rolling, heroes earning glory. But what Sun Tzu proposed was something far more subtle and infinitely more devastating. Defeat the enemy from within, sow seas of suspicion, let doubt whisper in every corridor, watch trust rot from the inside out. And so, with careful words and masterful manipulation, Sun Tzu planted chaos within Chu's ranks. Loyal commanders began second-guessing their king. Officers hesitated, questioning their once unshakable orders. Paranoia crept into the hearts of men, turning once mighty warriors into fearful shadows of themselves. No sieges, no battles, no bloodshed, just human weaknesses, pride, fear, jealousy, expertly turned against their owners like invisible weapons. As Sun Tzu taught, opportunities multiply as they are seized, and in the cracks of human nature, he found his path to victory. Lesson: every fortress, every empire, every soul has its hidden fractures. True power often lies not in smashing walls, but in finding the faintest cracks and knowing exactly where to press. And so, with the fall of Chu, we glimpse the first key to Sun Tzu's enduring legacy. But what happens when wisdom faces a more personal battlefield? Not against kingdoms, but against pride, loyalty, and the stubbornness of men. After witnessing how Sun Tzu dismantled an entire kingdom without spilling a single drop of blood, we might wonder, how would his philosophy hold up when applied not to mighty armies, but to individuals untested by war? This question would soon find its answer in a most unexpected place, within the glittering walls of the royal palace. Part 2. Forging soldiers from courtiers. The tale of the 300 palace women. One day, curious to test the true power of Sun Tzu's teachings, King Helu proposed a peculiar and audacious challenge. Could Sun Tzu transform the king's own palace women, the very embodiment of grace, luxury, and delicate leisure, into a disciplined and formidable military unit? Without a flicker of doubt, Sun Tzu accepted. He began methodically, dividing the women into two groups and appointing two of the king's favorite concubines as the leaders. Then he issued simple, crystal-clear instructions. No ambiguity, no confusion. Every order was spelled out with precision. But when Sun Tzu gave the first command, the palace courtyard erupted into laughter. The women, accustomed to jest and ease, treated it like a playful game rather than serious training. Sun Tzu's expression remained unreadable. His voice, calm and even, broke through the noise. When orders are unclear, it is the fault of the commander. But when the orders are clear and still disobeyed, then it is the leaders who must be held accountable. Without hesitation, with a discipline as sharp as a blade, Sun Tzu carried out a chilling decision. He ordered the execution of the two favored concubines. The courtyard fell silent. The carefree giggles vanished, replaced by a heavy, almost tangible stillness. Discipline, true, immediate, unshakable, took root. From that moment forward, the once playful women moved with the precision, seriousness, and unity of battle-hardened soldiers. Every step, every turn, every response was sharp, swift, and exact. Sun Tzu had demonstrated a brutal but profound truth. Leadership is a matter of intelligence, trustworthiness, humanness, courage, and sternness. True leadership is not about winning favor or seeking approval. It is about setting clear expectations, ensuring accountability, and standing firm, even when the price of firmness is steep. A leader's duty is to lead, not to be liked. Through this powerful and controversial lesson, Sun Tzu revealed yet another cornerstone of his philosophy. But leadership is only one part of mastering conflict. What about the art of knowing exactly when to fight and when not to? After witnessing how Sun Tzu forged discipline and mastery, even among unlikely soldiers, we realize true wisdom is not only about conquering others, but also about knowing when to advance and when to step back. This understanding would soon reveal itself in one of Sun Tzu's most brilliant battlefield maneuvers, the legendary Battle of Baiju. Part 3, the Art of Strategic Retreat. The Battle of Baiju. To most people, the very word retreat conjures images of weakness, of giving up in the face of danger. But Sun Tzu saw deeper. He understood that real strength often lies in knowing exactly when to pull back, and that sometimes stepping away is the most powerful move a warrior can make. At Baiju, the army of Wu found itself staring down overwhelming odds. Facing the enemy head-on would have been nothing short of suicidal, a reckless sacrifice of life and honor. But Sun Tzu, with his unmatched clarity, refused to let pride dictate their fate. Instead, he devised a masterstroke of deception. He ordered a calculated, slow, and highly visible retreat. Every movement was deliberate, every step away carefully staged to send a message. Fear, weakness, disarray. The enemy, seeing what they believed to be cowardice, took the bait. Blinded by overconfidence, they abandoned their careful formations. Discipline crumbled. Strategy dissolved into raw, reckless pursuit. They charged forward, certain that victory was already in their grasp. But Sun Tzu was waiting, like a steel trap snapping shut. His hidden forces, meticulously positioned, sprang into action. Within moments, the enemy found themselves surrounded, cut off, and utterly dismantled. What had seemed like an easy triumph instantly transformed into a devastating defeat. As Sun Tzu wisely taught, he who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. Retreat does not mean surrender. In both life and battle, knowing when to step back can create the space and opportunity needed to strike with greater strength, precision, and effectiveness later. Sometimes the wisest move is not to fight harder, but to wait, watch, and act only when the moment is truly yours. Having seen how Sun Tzu turned an even retreat into a deadly weapon, we begin to understand. The greatest battles are often not against external enemies, but within ourselves. Let's step deeper into the most profound battlefield of all, the silent battles within. After witnessing how Sun Tzu turned even the act of retreat into a calculated weapon, we are led to a deeper realization. Not all battles are fought on open fields. Some of the fiercest wars are silent, invisible, and rage within our very own hearts. Part 4. Mastery over the self. The silent battles within beyond, armies clashing, and grand strategies unfolding. Sun Tzu revealed the most profound and timeless battlefield of all, the human mind. The loudest and most defining battles are often not the ones fought with swords and shields. Sometimes they are the quiet, relentless struggles inside us. Battles against fear that paralyzes us, impatience that clouds our judgment, doubt that erodes our confidence, and pride that blinds our humility. Sun Tzu understood a powerful truth. To exert control over external chaos, we must first master the chaos within ourselves. As he wisely said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. True strength does not emerge from dominating others. It is born from understanding ourselves deeply, recognizing what triggers our emotions, calming the storms of anxiety, and resisting the pull of reckless impulses. Pause for a moment and consider, how many relationships have crumbled, careers have derailed, or dreams have withered? Not because of external enemies, but because of battles lost within. Lesson: mastery over the self is not just a personal triumph. It is the cornerstone of mastering the world around us. The path to true victory always begins inward. Now that we understand the invisible wars within, how can Sun Tzu's ancient wisdom guide us in our modern, everyday battles? Let's move forward into part 5. After exploring the silent battles within ourselves, a new question naturally arises. How can Sun Tzu's ancient wisdom, born from a world of swords and shields, still guide us through the modern challenges we face today? Part 5. Applying Sun Tzu's wisdom in modern life. Though Sun Tzu lived in an era dominated by iron and blood, his teachings have a timeless pulse that beats just as strongly in today's world of fast-paced technology, cutthroat competition, and endless distractions. In business, for instance, charging recklessly into competition rarely leads to success. True mastery lies in observing market patterns carefully, cultivating genuine loyalty among customers, and building spaces and strategies that rivals simply cannot breach. This is the modern-day equivalent of winning without fighting, securing victories through positioning, foresight, and patience. In personal relationships, too, the lessons hold true. The art of patience, empathy, and clear communication often prevents painful conflicts before they even have a chance to ignite. Instead of reacting impulsively, a thoughtful pause can save friendships, mend bonds, and preserve love. Even within the battlefield of personal growth, mindfulness echoes Sun Tzu's philosophy. Retreating from harmful habits, quietly reworking our inner frameworks, and gradually outmaneuvering our past selves. This is the strategic retreat that leads to lasting transformation. As Sun Tzu wisely said, the greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Lesson: in the complex arenas of modern life, your sharpest swords are not aggression or noise. They are subtlety, patience, and clarity. True power lies in quiet mastery. As we reach the final steps of this journey, let's reflect on how Sun Tzu's enduring wisdom invites us not just to win battles, but to live wisely, move mindfully, and choose our paths with intention. Let's conclude this path together. As our journey through Sun Tzu's timeless wisdom draws to a close, one truth stands clear. Mastery is not just about conquering others. It's about mastering ourselves. Sun Tzu's blueprint for living calls us to a different path. Observe the world with silent patience. Lead with unwavering integrity and crystal clear purpose. Know yourself so deeply that no fear can chain your spirit. Step forward with courage when the moment is right, and retreat with wisdom when necessary. The true warrior of life is not the one who rushes into every battle, but the one who chooses the battles worth fighting and wins with wisdom, not just strength. In a world that shouts, argues, and rushes, we are invited to move differently, to win quietly, to live intentionally, to walk the mindful way. Stay mindful, stay strong, stay undefeated. This is not the end of our journey. It is only the beginning. If you found strength, wisdom, or even a spark of inspiration here, stay with us. Our next journey will dive even deeper into the ancient secrets of strategy, resilience, and mindful living. Remember, those who master themselves master the world. Subscribe, stay tuned, and let's continue walking this path together. Until next time, live wisely, move mindfully, and conquer quietly.